What is up, you guys, and welcome back to Growing Upstairs. We're so glad you joined us today. Now to your hosts, Noah and Holden. What up, what up, what up? Welcome back into the podcast studio.
What's up, man? Every time we intro now, I'm reminded of how bad of a dancer I am.
That's okay. I'm reminded every day that I try to do any move ever. I'm like, dude, you can't dance. Every time I try to do it. But anyways,
we're back in the podcast studio.
Back in the podcast studio. Glad to be here with all of you guys. And
absolutely. We
got some extra people.
All of these people watching and our guests here.
There's a crowd out there?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Do we have a crowd? Live studio audience?
Live studio audience? I don't know.
Live studio audience.
Let's call them in. Let's see.
Please
Anybody out there?
Oh, they're welcoming our guests.
Welcome in. What's up, you guys?
We have got Miss Emma Hurd.
Hey, guys.
And Miss Mattie Gray.
Miss
Mattie May Gray.
Miss Mattie May. What is that song? Isn't there a song like that?
Mac.
Mary Mac.
How's it go?
Miss Mary Mac.
That's it, Miss Mary Mac. Well, I did not have that right.
Black.
So anyways, we got some guests. This is back on this week. I told you guys that we were getting to this point where anybody who signed up to be on the podcast gets to come on, and we're starting that with these two right here. So again, thank you guys for coming on. We're excited to have you guys on and looking forward to a fun episode.
Absolutely. But thank you to our guests for welcoming the
our
guests.
other guests.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Happy
Awesome.
to be here.
What'd you say?
I said happy to be here.
Happy to be. Hey, all right, real quick. Remember last year you came on the first season. What is the little thing? You got to give us the little thing you did last time.
Hey, guys.
Hey, y'all. I'm Emma.
It's
Something like that. Something like that. But anyways.
It's the little turtle on Nemo does it, I think.
Oh,
What's
You
his
talking about
name?
Squirt?
You
totally rock, Squirt.
Yeah, I know what he's talking about. Noggin. You talking about that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now that makes sense. Now we got a little bit of context to it. A whole year.
We're gonna do the Emma.
Do the Emma. Do the Emma.
That's a new dance move for when we start.
That is. I'm finna add that to the church clap. Do the Emma.
We should.
Anyways. All right, let's get back to it here. Noah, how have things been going here over the last week?
Man, things have been busy. Still just busy. I feel like this time of year is, as we begin summer and get things started, it's just been kind of wild and crazy.
And it seems like it just gets busier and busier every day.
Yeah.
Every day that goes by. Kind of the same.
You know, Memorial Day's coming up,
Yep.
so get a chance to go down to the beach and hang out around the beach for Memorial Day, so that'll be fun to kind of relax a little bit.
You get a day off.
Yeah,
Too. I guess you get Monday off regardless whether you're here or not, because bank hours, you're not working on public holidays. Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, yep. So that'll
Nice.
be a good day to relax and catch up on some rest.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. How about you guys? How have things been going here over the last week?
Busy,
Busy.
but I'm glad school's out.
School is out. Speaking of school is out, what about you, Emma?
I graduated. Woo!
She's leaving me.
She's probably tired of hearing this song at this point.
How do they play this like every time when y'all are going through the walk-ups or whatever?
That was so awkward. Y'all were at graduation, weren't you?
Oh,
You were?
yeah.
Emma, I was soaking wet at your graduation.
It did flood.
Anyways.
Yeah, I got in before the rain started, but when you're like walking down the aisle and everybody's just like staring at you, I just looked straight down the middle.
Well, see, normally y'all do have their graduation at the church here,
Mm-hmm.
and so normally they would go outside of the church, walk out down the sidewalk, and come in the back. But since it was flooding,
We just like walked straight in the middle of everybody, and
Yeah, I
it
forgot about that.
I feel like it didn't ruin it, but it was just like kind of awkward.
it was kind of funny.
Yeah,
I know. I was thinking, why don't y'all just come out the sides if instead of like walking past everybody and then coming by?
I think it's because we had already practiced it the other way,
I got you.
and it's hard for people to comprehend it sometimes.
Switch up like that, kind of throw people off.
Y'all could have just went out in the rain like I did.
Yeah, we could have.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wanted you to, because I'm not joking. I said this last week. I walked in and I had khaki pants on. The front of my khakis were dark khaki and the back were light khaki because it was raining. It was raining that hard.
Two-tone khakis.
It was raining cats and dogs out there. But anyways, you graduated, so that's school's out for the summer and however long you want it to be, I guess. But no, I forgot. last season we said, hey, let us know about the school that you're going to if you get in or not. Right?
So tell us where you're
Did
going.
you ever get in?
I'm going to the University of Georgia.
How do you feel about that, Noah?
It's okay. We can't all make good decisions.
That's okay. That's all right. Oh, my goodness.
We
Noah.
can't all be good at football either, but I mean,
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, guys.
Well, that was the show. It was good to have you guys here. We lost our
guys.
guests.
Bye.
So, anyway, seriously.
Florida, did Florida State make it further than Georgia?
Well, they ended up playing each other.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and we
technically, yes.
destroyed them.
Technically,
Yeah.
they did beat us with our third string everything. But anyway.
I don't have any comments on the fact. But anyways, so out of school, and you're going to the University of Georgia this coming fall. So exciting, so fun. And Mattie, you're now a junior?
Yep.
Oh, my
I am.
goodness. They grow up so quick on you.
I know, man.
Just so fast.
I know. I'm just sad Emma's leaving me.
I know. I think we're all kind of that way.
I already have an air mattress.
Yeah, she does.
So, like,
I made her buy
anybody-
me an air mattress.
Anybody
Okay.
who
I was
needs
like,
to come.
Emma, if you go and at least make them put you in like a dorm room with some bunks or something.
No,
To the air mattress.
air mattress for people to come and visit.
Gotcha. Okay. And by that you mean Mattie.
Yeah, Mattie.
And if you don't, Mattie means Mattie.
Exactly.
That's what she's
So
saying.
you got it.
I'm figuring this thing out. I'm figuring it out. So as you can tell, we talked about it. I think for the past few weeks, it's been busy, and it continues to be busy. We got graduation going on, and we're now, I think, starting to get into the windrows of the beginning of summer. School's out. I wish I'd had that song pulled up.
We played that at the end of our slideshow. That's a random fact, but
And now, Emma's random
that school's out for
for the summer. When did y'all do the slideshow like the day or week before
Well,
graduation?
y'all
That
had
was, you know.
y'all had rain for the
We had
slideshow too, didn't you?
technical difficulties this year.
Technical. That's right, because it used to be like y'all did it on the football field on a big projector. Is that what it was? I thought that's how they did. Is that how they did walks that year?
Yeah, because of COVID.
Oh, well, that makes more sense. You can't say that on this podcast. It's going to turn it down. I'm just kidding. I don't know what they do with that, but people are concerned about it. Anyway, so slideshow, they played that song. They played that song in the slideshow. So let's get back to it here. This is already running off the rails, and we just now 3.5 minutes into it. So Emma's graduated.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to make them do what we had to do last week.
Oh, okay. Sounds like a plan to me.
Sounds like a good idea. All right, you guys, here's the deal. You have to, Noah's going to demonstrate here at the same time. You have to blow all of the air out of your system,
I have to do it again.
and then you have to attempt to scream. Noah, show him how to do it. All of the air is leaving his body. Still leaving.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so now you guys get to do the exact same
I tried to do
thing.
this the other day and it didn't work. Like there was just no noise.
Oh, I did. The second time I tried it on here, it did the same exact thing. All right, here we go.
Do you want me to go first or do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you can do it. It doesn't matter either
I'll go
way, or
first.
do it at the same time. She's breathing out. She's still breathing out.
Wait, I haven't started.
Okay, she breathed back in, but we're starting over.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Mattie, your turn.
I got it. I'm gonna start laughing.
It's okay. All the breath's leaving your body.
Oh my goodness, that's
Oh.
hilarious.
I wonder
That's
who
good
like
stuff.
came up with that.
I don't know,
Just,
but
like,
I'm glad they did. So funny.
take all of our air out and then try to scream and see how.
Probably the same guy who said, "Hey, grab your nose, and you can't hum if you hold your nose."
Wait. I mean, you can to a certain extent.
I guess it's because like you have to like. Oh, there's
I think you're blowing out of your nose.
there's air coming out of my nose. Then if I hold it, like it doesn't work.
It makes a noise, but it's not a very
Humming noise.
It's not a humming noise. That's exactly what it is. It's not a very humming noise. Anyways, Noah, now that we're into this thing right here, can you tell everybody where they can find us at?
This whole beginning of the podcast feels like a blooper reel.
It does. There's nothing wrong with that, though.
But they can find us on Instagram at GrowingUpstairs. Also, like we've talked about a couple times now, we've got started on Facebook and Twitter. So you can find us there at GrowingUpstairs, and can still find us now on YouTube, since we're recording now and going live on, or not live, but going on YouTube. So you can find us there, and still on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, plus.
All the places. And you can still click the link in the description, send us in a voice message. You can also email us, growingupstairs@gmail.com. DM anybody, anything that you want to. We're going to do a video. We need to do this. Let me put this on like a piece of paper somewhere that says, hey, we need to ask and put it out there. Here's all of the ways that you can contact us. Because what was it you that was telling me a couple of weeks ago? It was like people are still asking me, how do I watch it on YouTube?
Yeah.
So anyways, we'll put that link up in any of the social media followings places, Facebook, all the places. Generally, when an episode comes out, I'll post it up there so you can find it. Just that easy. I hadn't made a reel this week. Probably need to do that.
It's been busy.
It's been a little busy. You know, life happens. Oh, yeah. Watch the Braves. They finished their season last night. Forgot about that.
Oh, Hudson's Braves?
Yep. Got hit in the face, dude. In the face.
Hudson.
I thought you were talking about the Atlanta Braves.
No. Hudson.
I mean,
yeah,
that's
Hudson,
well.
Well, we don't need to talk about the Braves right now.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, he's good.
Oh, man.
He's good. I think it scared him more than anything. Like, he was standing there, and there's some kids that, believe it or not, in like coach pitch, they can hit the ball. And I don't, it doesn't matter. But whoever it was, I was behind the bleachers watching, and I saw him get hit. But at first, I was like, was that Hudson? And then I looked, and I was like, that was Hudson. So then I start making my way to the field, and he's going the opposite direction to find his mama, and I'm coming this way, trying to get up. Anyways, but he was good. I think it scared him.
Scary, yeah.
Yeah, it scared him more than anything. Luckily, it wasn't like big league where they're sure enough smoking a ball. Except for the true Atlanta Braves, they're not.
Yeah, they're not doing anything right now.
They're doing like Hudson's Braves.
Duvall did just hit a 2-run homer, though.
So what's the score right now?
2-0.
All right, let's put a ticker across the bottom of the screen with the Braves score.
But it was 3-0 last night, and we know how
Well,
that
it was
turned out.
5-0 the other day in this.
Yep, that
Yeah.
one was a loss, too. So.
Blew that, yeah.
Anywho.
Let's not bring the negativity into it.
Yeah, let's bring it back up right here. All right. Speaking of bringing it up and doing something really fast, can you guys fast rap?
Fast rap.
I can't rap, period. What is
Like
fast
rapping
rap?
presents?
No. That's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, you can't even rap a present. But anyway, no, I'm talking about like what's the dude who raps like that really fast?
Oh my gosh.
Busta
the Justin
Rhymes?
Bieber song.
Busta Rhymes.
What's that song?
What you talking about?
When I was 13,
Despacito.
I felt
Yeah.
I had
Yeah,
my
that one.
first love.
I can rap
There
that.
wasn't nobody that compared to my baby.
Nobody went to that come above. She had me going crazy.
Is this what you're talking about, Holden? Do you want to?
Yeah, that was awesome though. She said, how'd you do that? Do that one more time.
Hang on.
Gotta find the lyrics real
First
quick.
love. There was a mother compared to my baby. Nobody come into that come back above. Oh, wait, I've kind of messed up there.
I'm blown away right now, dude.
Drop the mic, Emma.
Maybe don't.
Actually keep the mic where it's at.
Yeah, it's just if that was really good though. I was impressed by that. There's a video.
That
of
was
this guy.
ludicrous. Oh, man.
Hang on. I got a button for that. It just took me a minute. It took me a minute to get that. That was good. So, anyways, I watched this guy. He did the Busta Rhymes, whatever it was, but he did it talking about pancakes, flipping pancakes, and cooking pancakes, and did it really fast. Talking about some pancakes. Anyway, that was it. But he was, I don't know how you do it. Like, how do you teach yourself to?
No, the like.
That's
people
like those
that call
auctions.
Auctions.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you talking about the guy?
Auctioneer?
Hey, we got $1 over there. We got $1.25, and he goes really fast like that. I can't do that either.
I mean,
They
I
like
guess
go to
it's just,
school for that. I think.
Hold up, there's a
Do
school
they
for
really?
talking fast.
Okay, like they do.
No,
like,
I think they
have to,
actually
like-
do.
I
I've
don't
heard
know if
about
it's
that.
like. It's obviously not like.
I majored in auctioneering.
It's
Noah.
a pretty cool talent. Like to be able to talk
It's a
like
very cool talent. That's what I'm saying. Like to be able to do it. All right, Noah, I'm gonna need you to look up while we're talking about this and see if you can find the school. It's got to be up north because I don't think there's any school around here that teaches you how to talk or do anything real fast. Does that make sense? Well, how do you look that up? Auctioneer school? What'd you find over there?
There's one in Georgia.
North, south?
Southeastern Academy of Auctioneering in McRae, Georgia.
Oh,
That means it's around here. Where's McRae?
It's up north, I think, like Atlanta
But
area.
south-
Time out. I thought it said southeast.
Well, Georgia is in the southeast.
It is in the southeast.
It's just not like
Oh.
southeast
United
Georgia.
States.
Me and Emma were on the same page there. I was like,
I was
southeast
thinking,
Georgia.
like,
What you talking about?
Savannah.
Yeah.
That, yeah, Savannah.
Yeah, or Waycross, Brunswick. Isn't that over there? Brunswick?
Brunswick is West Georgia. Southwest.
No, we're southwest.
Southeast, I mean.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
east, yeah,
Okay.
eastern.
I was confused.
Oops.
Y'all ever do that? You like
Anyways.
Never
Yeah.
eat soggy waffles.
What'd you say?
never eat Taco Bell?
Soggy waffles. Never eat soggy waffles.
We always. What did y'all do to
and
learn
then
that
there's also
acronym?
like a cheer.
Never eat soggy waffles.
The north, the east, the west. There's a cheer that we do.
She did the turtle move.
East, west.
I guess I'm the old one. I was never eat shredded wheat.
Oh my god.
Don't worry.
I've never heard that
I'm
one.
never eating shredded wheat. Period.
I think
but
I've eaten a soggy waffle before, probably though.
I do like shredded wheat though. They're good. You ever eat that cereal? Why are you looking at me like that? Have you ever had Have you ever had shredded wheat?
Yeah, I never had shredded. Oh boy, I have had the blueberry frosted mini wheats.
That's what I'm talking about, but it wasn't blueberry. It was just normal frosting.
So I guess I
They
have.
make blueberry cut like so, I didn't even know that was a thing either.
Yeah, but I didn't eat it in milk. I just
What?
ate them dry.
You never had like shredded wheat? Just eat it.
No.
What about like Cheerios or something?
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'll just eat Cheerios.
How about Fruit Loops?
I mean, I'll eat cereal without
What about
milk,
Kix?
But what?
Life?
I've heard
We're just going through all different kind of cereal
Cinnamon
names.
Toast
Wheaties?
Crunch is my favorite cereal.
Yeah.
That is good. Did y'all ever have? What were the little cookie?
Oh,
Cookie
Cookie
Crisp.
Crisp.
Oh
Those
my
are good.
gosh. I
Crisp.
had those the other
Those
They
are
day
make
good.
like a
breakfast.
crumble cookie cereal now. I don't know if it's
They have some wacky cereals
Yeah.
now. I was at Walmart the other day. You know, I go to Walmart like once a day, and they had Kit Kat cereal. I was like,
For breakfast, people. I mean,
I feel
parents
like
let their kids
breakfast
eat that.
is-
No,
for
no, no, no,
breakfast.
no, no. You don't get to say that after you just said that you're gonna put your leftover Blizzard in the freezer and eat it for breakfast Sunday school. You don't get to say
Okay.
that. And
But
like
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
eat
a
a Blizzard for
5-year-old
breakfast.
child.
oh yeah,
I feel like breakfast is supposed to be like the most nutritious
that's what they say. But I think it's
meal
just
in a way.
breakfast companies
Yeah.
telling you like eat breakfast, eat our cereal.
never eat breakfast.
Never eat shredded wheat.
Soggy waffles.
Soggy waffles. That sounds terrible, but I like shredded wheat. Soggy. You
I
don't
didn't-
know what it is?
I didn't know that was a thing until today.
Shredded
like you
wheat
didn't know what
or soggy
what's
waffles?
that thing called at Dairy Queen? That
A
ice cream
Blizzard?
thing.
Oh, a dilly bar.
A
Yeah.
dilly bar.
Holden did not know what a dilly bar was.
We're calling you out.
Dilly
Uh,
bars are pretty good.
I will say, I walked over and I looked at the dilly bars in the.
Ice cream case.
Yep, that's the one. Yep, and the Heath bar looked delicious. I
Yeah.
like Heath bar
Well,
ice cream.
it's like the same thing, but like chocolate around it is Heath instead of just
It's inside.
normal chocolate.
Inside of it was Heath
Oh,
ice cream too.
I know that.
Oh, that does sound good.
This
Well,
diet
it's-
thing, Noah.
Yeah.
Mm. All right, if you're watching and you joined us last week for the diet thing, hit that thumbs up and let us know that you are still doing it. If there's a thumbs down button, I'll click it after this because I definitely partook in ice cream yesterday. But my birthday was Monday, so I feel like I could get away with that.
Yes,
It's your
sir.
birthday week.
Happy late birthday again, man.
Yeah,
Thanks,
happy
guys.
late birthday. I don't think I ever told you.
Thanks, guys.
I did.
I appreciate it. The one time Emma texted back, she was like, "Happy birthday."
And I told you in person at the graduation.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Hudson's graduation.
Yes.
I was confused.
Anyways, all right, let's start. Let's actually start getting into the show here. It feels like we've already been into it for a little while. Anyways, all right, let's get to the first thing that we're going to talk about tonight. Community helping to live out faith. This is what Mattie wrote in that she kind of wanted to talk about, so that's what we're going to talk about a little bit here. We talked about it last season, first season, a little bit with community and how much that impacts not only us, but everybody that's around us. But you can talk about it in whatever way that you want to. How does community help you live out your faith, or the community that you're around, or what have you? Emma's drinking a drink. It's okay, Emma. Don't worry.
Well, I just feel like surrounding yourself with a Christian community is so vital to your walk with God, because like at the end of the day, you can be reading your Bible and trying to have a relationship with Him on your own, and that is important. Like, that is really important. But if you're going and hanging out with friends that don't believe in the same things or don't prioritize the same things you do, eventually that's going to kind of like wear you down. But when you find and surround yourself with a good Christian community, it really helps bring you up. Like, if you're going through something, or you're struggling with something, or you're just like doubting yourself, those friends can really help bring you back to God.
Yeah, 100% helps a ton. We even touched a little bit on it last week. We were talking about sharing the gospel with others and how it's important not only to make relationships in your community, that way you can reach the lost, but having that backup, because we talked about ways that, some people they can be kind of scared to share the gospel with others because, what did we say? Because they're afraid of what other people would think. Well, if you surround yourself in a good community like that, you don't really have to worry about that. Whereas if you get the community that's around you that's not full of believers or they're all lost, you're going to have that fight for a long time trying to figure out, okay, these people, they kind of pick on me for doing this, or they don't believe in the same thing that I do, so this is difficult for me to share the gospel. But like you said, having that community around you that does believe in it the same way that you do, and that helps a ton.
And I think sometimes too, people can get confused with like surrounding yourself with a Christian community and also like ministering to those who aren't believers in Christ, because we're still called to like hang like Jesus. He was around the sinners, but he didn't participate in the sins.
Yeah.
And it's important for us to do that, but we've just got to be really careful and make sure we're not surrounding ourselves with that all the time. We've got to be around the people who are going to build us up and not try to lead us away from Christ.
Yeah,
most of the time.
I think that's a great point too, because Jesus wasn't just hanging around his own people. He was hanging around some bad people and some people who were probably thought that they might not be all that bad, but he didn't just hang around, everybody who was saved and everybody who knew what was going on in the world. He hung out with some tough people and built a community of people who would follow him thereafter.
Yep.
So I think that is very important, like you said, and it helps you to live out that faith comfortably, because you're not having to worry all the time about, oh, well, what does this person think? What do they, what do they care? And it also allows you to kind of enjoy things more. Not only when you come up here in the upstairs and we have youth night and stuff like that, and you have a community of believers around you, but also when you go out with those same people out into the world doing different things, bowling, watching a movie, whatever it is that you might be doing, when you're surrounded by that same community, it's like, oh, this is fun. We can enjoy life outside of church while still being, in the same faith-based kind of community, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
It makes it easier to like live out and share the word with others.
And y'all do such a good job at that too. So, you got anything else on that part? Nothing there?
No, Mattie crushed it.
Thanks.
Crushed it. All right, so
Crush.
the next part, and this one's going to come over to Emma this time.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about SLA.
Yes.
So you got SLA that's coming up. Tell
I do.
us all about it.
Well, I don't know much about it yet because I haven't done it.
All right, so never mind. We're going to come. No, just kidding. All right, but seriously though, so you have SLA coming up, and that's what you're doing in Mobile. Is
Tell
that
us
right?
what it starts by telling us what it stands for.
Student Leader Apprentice. So basically, Feud is the camp that we go to as like our youth group goes to, and so SLA is like a 2-week program where you're like a staffer, so you can like get the feel to be a Feud staffer while not spending the whole summer there, and it's for juniors and seniors in high school.
Gotcha. So during this time though, you are what? All right, so for a little bit of context, also to kind of help me fully wrap my mind around it too, is like when we're going to Fuge Camp, like the entire youth group in July later on. But when we go then, you'll just be a normal student.
Yeah, I'll just be a normal student.
Whereas at this, you'll be like a leader of that.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure I know it's 2 weeks, but like the first week, I think I'm kind of like a student.
Where you kind of
Still.
train and learn and all.
Like I think all the SLAers are into like a youth group with each other, and then the second week I'll be put with the Fuge staffer to help be like a leader.
Gotcha. And so you will know essentially when we go to camp in July, you'll be like, oh, I know what these guys are doing. I kind of know what's going on with them and everything.
3 weeks of Fuge this year.
You're going to be tired.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I am.
I feel like that's probably going to be a whole nother level of exhaustion.
Yeah.
It's
Especially
'cause
after the 2 weeks.
It's worth it though, right?
Yeah, it is.
Because I know, like, when we're there, we're nonstop all week long, but the staffers and stuff are
They're up earlier than
meeting,
us.
stuff like that,
Later
out
than
late,
us.
meeting. So,
And they're there the whole summer, not
Yeah.
just 1 week. Yeah.
and have to do mega relay every week.
Oh, the most unorganized event on the planet.
Organized mass chaos that Holden gets to participate in this year.
Oh, yeah, they have a leaders group, don't they, for Mega?
That's what they tell me.
Holden and Carly are going to have to run it.
Oh yes, I want to see
Mega
that.
is fun, though. Because, like, after we're all just, like, they, like, spray water bottles on us and stuff.
Yes.
It's fun.
But now, Emma, talking about SLA, now,
Mhm.
didn't you have to go through some type of process where you applied for it?
Yeah.
How did you
Okay.
get into
So-
this?
I know it's not obviously like college, but like I applied to college and it's kind of in the same aspect. It's kind of that I had to like list stuff. I don't know, it's been a while. I had to list like a bunch of stuff, like youth group stuff, and I think like volunteer stuff, probably.
Organizations and stuff you've
Yeah.
been involved with.
And then I had to answer some questions about like my faith and stuff. And then I had to get they weren't recommendation letters. They're like a survey that people had to fill out.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
So it's like a recommendation letter, but like they ask you specific questions and you answer. So Lori, Bentley, and Gramps, and then Miss Jessica Adams did that for me.
Cool.
Gotcha. Okay. That
That's
makes
really
sense.
neat.
I'm looking forward to hearing stories not only from that, because I'm sure when you come back from that, it'll be like, all right, how far apart are they? Like you got the 2 weeks that you'll be Mobile,
Yeah.
and then how long is it before we go in
We
middle
leave-
to end of
When
July?
do we leave?
July 14th, I think is when we
So-
leave.
According to Grace, it's in 3 weeks.
What? A
She
little
read
soon.
the calendar wrong.
Yeah, she texted the group and she was like, "Oh my goodness, guys, we're going to Fuge in 3 weeks." And I was sitting here going,
No, we're not.
"My calendar is not the same as yours, I guess." So, anyways,
It's like 2 weeks apart. So I'll go to Mobile the 17th through the 29th of June. and
oh
then
wow, yeah,
We leave for regular Fuge July 14th. So.
that is super close. Yep.
Aren't you doing Mission Fuge to it?
No, Sea Fuge. They said Mobile only does Sea Fuge.
Oh, I thought they only did Mission Fuge.
All right, so tell me the difference. Mission Fuge, that's where you actually go to like other places and build or help the community around you,
Yeah.
where Sea Fuge is like all in the same place.
Yeah. So like Mission Fuge, we did that at Greenville.
In North Greenville.
And one time we went to like a retirement home and we washed like the employees' cars and then we just like hung out with the residents there and we played volleyball with a dog.
Oh, yeah, we did.
That was pretty
That
cool.
dog was really good at volleyball.
Balloon volleyball, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Air Bud?
Do what?
No, it wasn't.
Oh my goodness! Please tell me
I
you know
know
what
Air
movie
Bud.
that is.
Maddie, you don't know what that is?
I don't think so.
You
Airbud?
definitely do.
Airbud?
Yeah,
Air
the
Buds, the
movie
dogs.
Air Bud.
I don't think so.
She definitely does.
Well, I'm feeling older and older every day.
And then one time we went to a thrift store and we organized.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
The boys ran into a gopher.
Yes, we did run into a gopher.
Yeah.
Okay, I've heard a little
Nobody
bit about
has
this
ever
gopher
seen
story.
that gopher. I swear.
It happened. It
Can-
happened.
Can somebody explain to me what happened with the gopher situation?
We were out back of the thrift shop, and they
Yeah, wait,
guys-
y'all were at Outback?
Oh my gosh.
we were out back of the thrift
joke.
shop, and we were trying to pick up. We were trying to pick up
Sorry, that was delayed.
trash and stuff, and a gopher just popped out and ran this way and ran towards us, and then turned and went the other way and ran under a fence.
What in the world?
Yeah. Dead serious.
Sounds like a fun time.
Ask Jack about it. He'll tell you about it.
Did y'all run from it?
I think a couple of them started running, and then it turned the other
course
way
they
and
did.
took off.
And
Oh my
then
Would y'all run from it?
Yeah, probably. We were inside like organizing clothes.
We were
today.
not doing much. It had just gotten organized, so there was really nothing for us
Yeah.
to do.
I feel like
We were supposed
organizing
to
a
go-
thrift store
Oh,
is.
And we went to a park.
Yeah, the park
forgot
was
about
really
that.
Oh,
fun.
when we did the balloons and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like made balloon animals. We did a bunch of chalk on the sidewalk.
See, me and Gramps and Walt did Infuge when we went to Houston, and we delivered it was right after Hurricane Harvey came through Houston
Oh yeah.
in like 2017, 2018, that around that time, and we went and passed out hurricane relief packages,
Gotcha.
and it was pretty impacting. I mean, just to see kind of
Y'all were at kind of ground zero there too.
Yeah, I mean, it was not directly after. It was like the year after the hurricane
that
came
makes
through.
sense. Yeah.
So there was, I mean, you could still tell there was some impact, because I mean, with natural disasters and stuff like that, you see some of that impact for years. But I think it was the summer after Hurricane Harvey had come through, and we saw, just people's living situations in downtown Houston and all, and it was pretty impactful, just to see and take those boxes to those people and see how impacted they were by it. So.
Such a good thing to be a part of, though.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to do like that.
So Infuge, was really great, but Cfuge has really cool factors about it too. So
yeah. Do you want to explain Cfuge, Mattie?
Yeah, I got it. So Cfuge, well, let me say this about Mission Fuge. Mission Fuge, you stay with your youth group the whole time. Like, you go with your
Just
youth
your
group to
okay.
the missions. But Cfuge, they, like, split you up, and you're in your age group, but it's not everybody from your youth group. So you're just with, like, random kids from different youth groups that are your age. And you play, like, all these different games, and then you kind of, like, debrief them on how they relate back to God and your relationship with God. And then when we get done with that, we do something called, is it Rec Rally or Rally?
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not the same thing.
What is it?
I had seen something like that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Is that what track is, though? They call them, like, tracks when you're doing all these games and stuff?
So that corresponds with Cfuge.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
if
what
you're
I'm
in
talking about.
Cfuge, you do tracks, but if you don't.
well, see, some of the tracks are like Bible study
Yeah.
and
Or
different,
like leadership.
yeah. But then some of them are like bubble soccer.
Yeah.
So a lot of
And
times,
kickball,
the kids will do one spiritual growth one and then one
like
recreational activity
yeah.
one.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
fun.
excited. I'm looking forward to it.
But
Be
Emma
fun.
gets to have 3 weeks of that this year. So
I'm jealous.
I'm excited, but I'm going to be so tired.
Yeah.
Do you have a break at all before you actually go to Athens?
Well, touchy subject, actually.
Sounds like enough.
So we get back from Fuge on a Saturday, right? I don't know.
think
Talking about
that's
our
right.
group?
Yeah,
Yeah,
our
we
group.
come back on a Saturday.
And then either that Sunday or that Monday, me and my family are leaving to go to Amelia Island. They went last year. It's something for Daddy's work, but we got back from Fuge that Saturday, and then they left on Sunday, so I just didn't go. So I don't really want to go, but I think they're going to make me go.
You kind of don't have a choice because
then
you
I'm
just
gonna have-
graduated.
Yeah, so they're like, Emma, you need to spend time with your family. And I do. I agree. If, Mom, you're watching this. But, and then I think, let me look at the calendar. I think I have like 1.5 weeks after that.
Y'all listen to this.
Yeah.
Our moving
Okay.
day
Or 2 weeks after
is like the day or two,
that. The day after they
the
start
day
school.
after we start school. So I'm going to be in school, and she's just going to be moving herself into Georgia. I'm so sad. And I can't even skip the first day of school because I'm pretty sure we got a softball game that day, which I'm excited about. I love softball.
But what would you do? Like, if you skipped the first day of school, what would you?
I'd be in Athens helping her move in.
Okay.
I'm
I
gonna be-
see what you're saying.
I'm going to be a nervous wreck. Did y'all see me at her graduation party? And she hadn't even left yet. Like, we've been neighbors our whole lives, and then she's leaving.
Y'all are like sisters.
Okay. That was rude.
No, you want to tell the you want to tell the people where we can find them?
Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras.
But it is cool, being serious about it. It is cool to see how y'all have grown up together, been friends, now growing in your walk with Christ individually, but also bringing that community in and still sharing and living life together like you talked about, Mattie. So it's just really cool to kind of see how that's played out with your lives. And even though now Emma's getting ready to go off to college, she's going to have experiences that she can tell you about and you can learn from. So just having that friendship and community with your walks, is really cool to see.
Yeah.
So
I made a point to we're not gonna say goodbye on this podcast because I was like, we'll all be all teary eyed in here after that if we do that. So we're not gonna bring that part up. But yes, I did see you at the
please.
graduation party, and I was like, whoo, we got a long way to go.
My mama took a picture of me and posted it on Facebook.
Mom.
It's okay. It's memories.
It's okay.
Memories.
Guys. And Maddie's not going to July 4th with us this year.
It's not my fault.
You got a boo button on there. Boo.
Thumbs down.
Here we go. Check it out. Boo. I was waiting on you to do it, but anyways, there we go. All right, so got SLA, got the other. Are you guys excited for Fuge that's coming up?
Yes,
So excited.
But I'm really sad it's my last year's camper because, like, I don't know, obviously, because I've never been going as a youth leader, but I feel like it's different, obviously.
You can speak to that.
It's different. We hang out at the coffee shop a lot.
Gramps takes naps in the chair.
Yeah, it's kind of like a
Barefoot's Joe.
Yep, that's what that is.
Did I get it
Good
right?
job.
Let's go. It's taken me a year and a half to get this right. Anyways, what were you saying?
But it's basically we get to enjoy Fuge, but we don't have to do any of the
You don't do any Fuge. You just do the leader part.
Yeah,
of
we
it.
get to
Y'all-
watch everybody
Y'all
else run
participate
around.
in like dodgeball, right? I know Lori played with this one year.
They come around and, like, take
I'm
pictures
down.
of us and stuff.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, I've apparently got to do this mega rally thing situation.
Rally.
Tell me about all this.
We
Tell me
kind of
about
talk
this.
down on it, but, like, it's actually really fun.
It is fun.
And,
No,
like,
we
after,
can't. No,
Just not the 2 minutes you're
we
doing
cannot
it.
tell him about it.
Oh, sorry.
or
I don't like this
I get-
secrecy.
3 megas this year. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
All you know is it's mega relay.
It's gonna be Edge.
Wreck rally in the rain last year.
Oh my gosh.
So much fun.
Honestly, it was such a moving moment. Like, you just see everybody, like, jumping up and down, praising God in the rain.
I
and
thought
it's
you
muddy.
literally meant like moving.
But I didn't get to do it because we were doing the wall, like
yeah.
where you lift people over the wall. And so I had to watch from afar. But it looked very fun.
It was. But I'm
You'll
not
see,
going to
Holden,
lie,
you'll
if
see.
it's hot and not raining, which it normally is, I about pass out. Because you're in, like, a group, and you're in the middle of about, I don't know, how many people would you say it was? It's a lot of people. And you're sweating.
1
and it's
million.
hot, and you're just jumping up and down, and you haven't had anything to drink. But
Yeah.
it's fun, though.
About
it's
3
worth it.
people, 3 to 4 people pass out
Yeah.
every day.
Or you'll see people, like, run to the back, throw one.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's
she
fun,
just said
though.
3 or 4 people pass out of this thing. What are y'all signing us up for? I like this. So, anyways, 2 or 3 people pass out.
Yeah.
Was that during Rec Rally or Mega?
Probably both.
I'm not looking forward to this anymore.
It's gonna be fun.
How much better
just
shape
trying
do
to
I need to
scare
get
you.
into before
Tell you,
this
man,
thing?
stick to the diet. Stick to the diet.
Well, I've been saying, I was like, all right, I already know it's going to be hot in the middle of July.
It
Even
is.
though it's going to be Tennessee, it's like, it's still hot.
Yep.
So I was like, all right, well, do this little diet situation, be in a little bit better shape. Probably need to start running now so I can prepare myself to run in this mega thing that's going on, this mega run that y'all won't tell me anything about. Anyways, all right. Excited for future. I'm excited too, though.
Yeah,
Seriously.
it's gonna be a good time.
I just don't want to pass out.
Fuge is just such like a. I wish everybody could experience it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
That's all.
Fuge is also all over the country too, isn't it?
I have no idea.
I think it is.
I really don't know.
I think I'd seen like a post earlier that you could click on. There were a bunch of different. Where did y'all used to go?
We've been all over the place. We've been to Houston.
This
we've
is
been
like
to,
the only place we've stuck to, isn't
Yeah.
it?
we went to Liberty University one time.
Liberty was good.
Yeah.
I don't think they do it there anymore though.
I think it's like 1 week.
Is that the
And that's
dungeon?
it.
Is
Really?
that the dungeon
No,
place?
the
No.
dungeons were in
Oh, gosh,
North
North Greenville.
Greenville.
Y'all, that was my first ever Fuge, and I have not forgotten it. Let me just tell y'all that.
I've heard the dungeon situation.
Maddie
dungeon.
was in a
Oh, this
boot.
is when you had. This
Yes,
is when you had
I
one
was
broke
in a-
ankle.
I was in a boot, y'all,
Oh,
and we
yeah.
had this back room that nobody slept in. We called it an asylum or something. And we were in the girls' part of the camp, right? Because they keep the girls and the boys separated. Well, there was this grown man just walking behind the window in the room in the asylum. And
Wait, he was in the room?
Well, he was outside
okay,
of the
okay.
room, but I could see him
Oh,
through
yeah,
the
I mean-
window. And I try to start running in the boot, and I busted.
Yeah.
Like, it's bad. And then I get up and try to run again, fall. So then I'm just like, oh, well, if he gets me, he gets me.
Is there any chance it was a ghost?
They did have a Chick-fil-A on campus though. That was
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, yeah.
Emma immediately shifts gears. There was a Chick-fil-A on there. I got so many points, I could get Chick-fil-A nuggets for everybody. Anyways, we were talking about food and nuggets and stuff earlier. Anyways, Noah, you got a random minute for us real quick we can get to?
That actually brings us right to random.
Perfect. Let's do it.
With that music. Welcome to Noah's Random Minute.
Welcome.
Mattie and Emma, if you have not paid attention to this season, what we're doing something new with Noah's Random Minute. This is where Noah gives you random facts that you did not know that you needed to know.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
So if you're ever on Jeopardy, you need to know these facts.
So
Okay.
Holden mentioned it earlier. We were talking a little bit about point systems with fast food restaurants and stuff. And Emma got to talking about stars on Starbucks, like how many stars she has on the app. So I said, let's do random facts about Starbucks, because Starbucks is kind of strange. I mean, they have their sizes make no sense. Tall is a small, grande is medium. You know, you never really know what you're ordering there. So let's do some random facts about Starbucks. So are you guys ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Are y'all ready?
I'm so ready.
All right.
Did you know that Starbucks has over 87,000 drink combinations?
87,000?
I thought you were about to just say 87.
Yeah, that's crazy.
87,000.
Do you
I
know
mean,
all
I
of them?
guess
Can
that-
you just
Yeah.
start listing them?
Start rapping it.
A grande white chocolate mocha, no
Oh, yeah,
fat
that's
milk,
my go-to.
Well, that kind of
extra
makes
soy,
sense in a way.
no whip.
Because, I mean, you could, there's probably 100 different things for
Oh, yeah.
certain
I mean,
drink.
one drink you could probably do 50 things
That's
with.
true.
Yeah.
So
I guess that's what makes it like that.
Yeah.
If you can do
Yeah.
50 things to one drink, well, there's 50,000 drinks. So
Yeah.
that's still a lot, though. 87,000.
Yeah, that is a lot.
yeah. Here's fact number 2.
Number 2.
Starbucks employees are asked not to wear perfume or cologne so that they do not interfere with the smell of the coffee.
I did
Really?
not know that.
Yep.
That affects
So I guess
the
if
smell
you-
of the coffee?
I guess if you wear cologne, I guess if you wear too much, you know, it's going to impact the way the restaurant smells. And they want it to smell like coffee when you walk in.
Don't nobody want that coffee smelling like grandma's.
What does coffee smell like?
So-
This coffee smell like Versace.
I feel like, I mean, it's like one of those weird random rules. Have y'all seen those? It's like you can't.
Yeah, you can't wear an ice cream cone in your back pocket
Yeah,
in
or can't
Vermont
put a
or something
donkey
like
in a
that.
bathtub or something.
How do you know that?
I swear somebody said that when we were in Arizona for spring break.
Welcome to South Georgia. All
Don't
right,
be putting your donkey in the bathtub.
But I feel like it's just one of those random rules that makes no sense. But somebody did it one time, so they had to make it a rule.
yeah.
I gotta save my donkey. There's a nader coming, baby. Get in the bathtub.
All right, here's fact number 3. I say this one for last because this one's is kind of depressing, but it's kind of funny
Oh,
also.
boy.
Oh gosh.
So Starbucks intentionally has small tables to make solo customers feel less alone.
Oh my gosh.
So shout out to Starbucks for making depressed people feel happy.
I'm going to think about that every time I go into Starbucks
Well, but
now.
I feel like a bunch of people go into Starbucks to study and stuff.
That's true.
By themselves.
Yeah.
Too.
But if you ever go to Starbucks and do study, you're like, I can't, my laptop doesn't fit on the table.
I'm not gonna lie. I've always wanted to go to Starbucks with my laptop and study.
I know. I feel like I look so cool.
I know, but I've
yeah.
never done it.
I haven't either.
I should just do it now. Go to the one in the hospital and just be sitting in there. Somebody walks by and they're like, "What's this guy playing solitaire in Starbucks all by
we
himself?"
don't have a Starbucks close to us, so it'd be such an inconvenience to go there
Yeah.
to study.
We have
We could go to Dairy Queen and study.
No
let me
coffee
just drive
shops.
45 minutes away to look cool in Starbucks.
McDonald's.
and have a solo table.
We have coffee at McDonald's. I think Taco Bell has coffee.
I don't know if you want to join.
They
that.
do have coffee.
I don't drink coffee.
I got an iced
Is it
coffee.
good?
No.
All right, there's your answer for that.
I got an iced
You
coffee.
answered that so. You answered
No
that.
hesitation.
You answered it so fast. Is it good? No.
Well, it's not. I got an iced coffee from there one morning and took one sip, and I thought I was about to have a sugar rush, man. It was like straight sugar.
A little coffee with your sugar.
Yes.
That's nice.
I do like a little bit
That's
of
how my
coffee with my
brother-
creamer.
That's how my brother drinks his coffee.
Shiver my timbers.
Anywho,
Davis
was-
drinks coffee.
Are you talking about Davis? Me and Emma called that at the same time. I was like, wait a minute. How old is David? 3rd grade?
He's like 5.
He is going in. He's 8.
He's not 5.
And I'm gonna make him watch this, and he's gonna be like, Emma.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
It's
like,
okay. Hudson will look
drinks-
at you and be like,
I mean, not like
Daddy?
every morning, but if he's going to work with Daddy on the weekends, he's got to look all cool to
He
ride
just-
the tractor.
he's an old man. You should have told him to go to Starbucks. He'd look
I
cool
know.
in there if he'd drink his coffee.
That was random.
Sorry, guys.
I'm blown away by and it's funny how we caught that at the same time. I was like, hold up, Davis. I started thinking, I was like, little brother. I was like,
Really?
the only little brother I know that you got is Davis, and ain't no way he's drinking some coffee.
Goodness. Yep.
Oh Lord.
Well, a little bit of coffee with his creamer, like I said. It's
That's-
mostly milk.
That's
Yeah.
me. I
Like
like
3/4 milk with a little bit of coffee.
I like a little bit of coffee with my creamer too. Anyways. No?
That was random minute.
All right, in a minute. And we're back. All right. So a couple of questions here before we get to the thick stuff and run through it all really quickly. Do y'all have any stories? Any funny stories since the last time we all got together? You know, that's
Oh
been
my
a while.
gosh,
It's been a good little while.
yes,
And
yes.
also you've had what was the thing in the winter extreme? My goodness. And passion that you guys went to. You guys got any kind of stories you want to talk about? Go ahead and do it now.
This is such a random story. Like, I'm not even going to lie. And I just talked to y'all about this, I think. But this is about that daggone spider. I'm still on the spider.
Talking about that we just talked about when we got in here and
Listen.
saw the spider web.
Yes.
And your mama
because-
threw a shoe at it. And y'all still don't know where the spider is?
No, it's dead now. But listen,
Uh-huh.
I saw it one day, and then it disappeared before, because I'm not about to kill a spider. I'm scared of spiders. So it disappeared. And somehow I went to sleep that night. I don't know how. And then a couple days later, I see it again in a corner in my bathroom. And, well, I called Davis first, but Davis is like, really?
Hang on, I got to get my coffee.
That's good. You beat us to it.
1 second.
Hold on. I thought, listen. I thought when you were talking about the spider situation, I thought this happened like yesterday. And now you're telling us this happened like days ago? I'm sitting here going, okay, she's telling us about the spider story. This just happened yesterday.
Be like, oh yeah,
Well, did
that
it happen
happened
yesterday?
the other day, and it's like 3 years.
It was
ago.
either yesterday or the day before.
I
Do y'all
can't
do
lie.
that?
I do. Yeah, I do that.
But Davis
And
is
Taylor
afraid of
likes to tell me
spiders, so-
that's not. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, he wasn't about to get out of bed. Well, okay, let me remind y'all, this was like 11 o'clock at night, and I had an exam at like 9
Why
o'clock
was
the
Davis
next morning.
awake at 11 o'clock at night?
Too much coffee.
Maybe it wasn't 11, but it was getting pretty late. It was at least 10, and he wasn't about to come get it because it was a big spider. And then I called Rayleigh, and she was like standing there with her bedroom slipper, like getting ready to throw it. But I was scared if she threw it, it was going to disappear again, and then I wouldn't have been able to go to sleep. So I called Mama, and Mama came back there with like OxyClean and started
Oh, I have a random
spraying
story.
it.
Kaboom, fantastic.
What's your random story?
Man, that's fabuloso. Sorry, go ahead.
Is
What
it
did
my
you
turn? Okay.
Yeah.
So my daddy's friend,
Gosh.
he doesn't live here, but he has a wife and 2 kids. One of the daughters is my age, and she just graduated, and then one's Ava's age, the son. So they're like best friends. Like Daddy is like a little girl with his friends. They text each other like all the time. It's so funny.
Bear.
Well, Daddy's friend bought a blow-up hot tub from Sam's or Walmart, or
Walmart.
something. Yeah, Walmart.
Do you
probably.
have one?
No, we just knew Walmart. Walmart has become.
It's
If you
about,
watch or
like-
listen to this show, you'll see Walmart has become an inside joke with all of us.
It's about like not very tall.
Like 4 foot
Like
tall.
goes up to like my mid thigh. So
That's a kiddie pool.
So we were in Albany on Mother's Day, I think, eating Shoguns, and Daddy was like, oh, "Let's go get a hot tub," and I thought he was joking the whole time. And then Wednesday we get to Ava's gymnastics program at school. The hot tub is in the back of the truck.
How funny would it be if the hot tub was in the back of the truck, set up, running in the back of the
So
truck?
now-
It was
Everybody
still in
load
the
up.
box in the back of the truck. So we have the hot tub, and apparently we're bringing it to the lake this weekend.
Dang. I'm
Not sure if
get
that's
to
going to
get in it.
happen, but
Oh, it's
Sounds like
definitely
I need to
gonna
go to
happen.
Walmart and get a hot tub.
yeah.
Please put it in the back of your truck and let me ride around in the thing, Camilla, with it, just like, how y'all doing?
But it can be like it just can't fit very many people. like about 4. There's 4 headrests in it, but I don't think it could fit 4 people.
Hey, it's just me.
Yeah.
So are y'all.
Like me, DJ, and Ava got in it, and then me and DJ got out, and Mom and Daddy got in it.
So they took it apart to take to the lake.
Well, they haven't
It's
taken it
blow up.
apart yet, but it's blow up. So you just like deflate it.
Oh, okay. I guess that
and
It
makes more
literally
sense.
is like a kiddie pool.
yeah,
It just
is.
has jets and can be warmed.
and it is hot. Oh my!
That's legit.
It's just kind
We're
of funny.
gonna have to go over here and do some research.
No, let's go to Walmart when we leave here.
Inflatable. Did you know?
Google. Noah's random minute. A
That
hot
is pretty
tub.
cool.
Do you like a hot tub?
I do enjoy the hot tub.
I don't really like a hot tub right now. It's a little too hot.
Yeah.
Well,
for this
that's true.
weather.
Like if you're in the mountains and
Yeah.
your cabin
Sure.
has a hot tub,
And it's like snowing outside.
yeah, that's nice.
So the
But-
year was 1974. We went to the mountains. It literally has been like 10 years ago. And it was freezing. And by freezing, I literally mean below 32 degrees. And I got the bright idea, hey, let me hop in this hot tub right here. And in the water, felt fantastic. Getting out of the water
Oh,
to
yeah.
go
I
inside,
bet, yeah.
Rough.
did not feel as good. Well, I took my T-shirt and I laid it over the railing, like outside.
Oh no.
And when I came back out, it was like this. It was wrapped around the rail, and you pick it up, and it was a solid sheet of ice, but in the form of a T-shirt. I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Random.
I feel like we should have bought it like during the winter time because like
Yeah.
it's just not it right now. I don't like
It's
it
too
right now.
cold though. But I do feel like if you got in a hot
You
tub
can
and
take it
then
to Athens with you.
Put it in the middle of my door.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh gosh. That could be my
That'd
bed.
be funny. A water bed.
Matt-
It's not
Oh,
gonna be
that's a
filled
good
with
one.
water when I sleep in it.
Oh, yeah,
It
that
would
makes
just
sense.
be like
I don't. You couldn't lay down all the way though. Like
you just want to be like in a crib for
Well, I was-
the size
I'd
of
take the
a
air
hot tub.
mattress.
or you could put water in it and then lay on it like with the cover on top and it'd be like a heated water bed.
Mm.
Those feel so good.
I don't know why we're still talking about this because they're definitely not going to let you put it in the dorm in Athens. But I like the inspiration there. Yeah, I kind of want to get a hot tub now.
Yep, let's do it.
Wait till the winter time though.
But I feel like in the summertime you could get it and then jump in a pool and it would be like,
Oh my gosh, I've done
right
that
now,
before.
our pool.
All right, I got it, Holden. I got it. I'll buy the inflatable hot tub. You buy the inflatable pool.
Y'all
We're
just
onto
go back
something.
and forth.
And you can jump
the
in the hot tub at Noah's house, then drive to Holden's house and jump in the pool.
you'd
Just
be
about
dry.
a
You'd be
30
dry by the
minute
time you get
commute.
there. You'd be like, you get out of the hot tub, you'll have the air running by the time you get to Noah's house. You'd be like, all right, I'm cool now. I don't need to get in anything. Where we gonna put it at? Your house, my house?
Either one.
We
Put it at the church.
No, let's put it in
In the upstairs.
I figured it out. We'll
in
put
the
it.
next, in the next room over.
That's the way.
Or
All of
y'all
a
could
sudden,
just put
this
it
is
in
all you
here,
see. You
like
see
right over there.
you see the growing upstairs stuff, but you don't see here us, and you just hear some noises from the other room over there. I've got it figured out though. I know how to make it work. Hot tub and pool. You get the hot tub, I'll get the pool. We'll put it in between us, which is like around their house. So we'll just go to one of their houses. And
But we already
Well,
have
if
a hot
that's the
tub
case-
and a pool.
We'll just use
we'll
theirs.
just perfect. Nailed it. We don't have to
Put it
get
in by
anything. We've got it figured out. Oh Lord, we lost our TV. Anyways, all right. So we're gonna kind of round that out real quick. We're gonna go through a raise the meter really quick. It's a pretty quick topic. I don't think it'll take too long. But I don't want to keep you guys too late because we're already pushing our time. That's true.
But
We
it
are
is
out
it is
of
a work
school.
night.
It is a work night. Wait till you guys start working, and then you'll be like, y'all, I got to go. It's like 7:30. I got to be in the bed in like 30 minutes. Do y'all go to bed really early or late, like during
Like,
school, not
I'm
school?
not a
anytime?
night
It's
owl
like the same
or a
time for
morning
me.
person.
Right now it is.
So,
Like
you-
11:30ish.
so you go to school, like you don't change your time at all?
Well, I mean, because whenever I'm not in school, I'll like be doing stuff at night. So then I'll stay
That's
up
true.
late, or like I'll watch TV late. Whereas I'd be like studying late on
Gotcha.
school night. Yeah.
Makes sense.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, let's raise the meter real quick. You ready to dance?
We fixin' to raise the
Let's see y'all's dance moves.
Oh my
We
gosh.
fixing to raise the-
That reminds me of the hangout.
meter. Meter.
Oh my gosh, we need our blow
We
up
fixin' to
suits.
raise the meter.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that would actually be pretty good. Running through here. What are y'all names again? Bip and Bop?
I'm Bip and Carly's Bop. I
I
wouldn't fit. I'd fall over or something.
No, we got you in here. We got a video of me in here.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Going like this.
Gotcha. All right, here we go. Let's get to it real quick. So last week we talked about going out and sharing the gospel with others. Okay, you guys may or may not have heard that. Actually, all right, so it doesn't matter. Listen, the episode just came out today. We're recording on Wednesday, so next week when this episode comes out, you'll be like, man, they did that a week ago. Yeah, we did. So anyways, let's get to it here. Last week, that's what we talked about. So this week, we're going to be talking about something a little bit different. We're going to be talking about being where God has you right now. And if you're not, that mainly being like if you're not feeling that calling or that urge or that tug to go somewhere else. So this doesn't mean that we're not sharing at the place that we're at, just that we're to do it where we are. And the way that I kind of looked at that is, have you guys ever heard of looking over the fence? Like what is the grass is always greener on the other side?
Yeah.
You guys ever heard of that before?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm going to use here when we talk about this. But we want to be content where God has placed us. And a lot of times we like to say, oh, well, it's not fair, right? It's not fair that this happened, or it's not fair that. And I've got a bunch of examples of these. It's not fair that they have all of these things and I don't, but this is where God placed you for a reason. It's not fair that they drive an awesome new car at 16, right? It's not fair that they get to do that and I don't get to. But it's where God placed you. Maybe God knew, hey, you couldn't handle a new car. You wouldn't appreciate it very well, or you might go 100 miles an hour and get a ticket immediately, so you didn't need that. That's where God placed you. It's not fair that I can do this or I can't do this as good as somebody else, but this is where God placed you. God placed you in this place, and he gave you the gifts that he gave you, just as he gave other people the gifts that he gave them to be able to do things maybe more successfully than you, because this is where he placed you for a reason. And it's not fair that they have a better job than me, that it pays better, right? But this is where God placed you. He placed you there for a reason. It may be to reach somebody in your community or in the job that you're at. Like if you were working at a bank, this may be where he placed you in that reason, for a reason to talk with somebody or meet with somebody. And he will also, and I believe in this, I think we all kind of believe in this, he will provide the provision that you need in that job, even if you feel like you're not being paid as much as you think you should. And it's not fair that my parents won't let me do what I want to do. You guys ever feel that way sometimes? But what are we called to do? It's where God placed us. We're called to honor our father and our mother, right? It's not fair that I have to live wherever my dad is going for this new job, right? But it's where God placed us. Be still and know that I'm God. That's in Psalm 46:10. It's not fair, but it's faith. It's having faith that God will provide, that God is in control. And in Colossians 3:23 and 24, it says, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward from last week. It is the Lord Christ you are serving. Last week we talked about that award. Man gives an award, but God gives the reward. So that's what we're going to kind of talk about here really quickly today, is being content in where it is that God has placed you. Yeah. And I've given you guys an array of different, ideas of that. And do you guys ever feel that way, where sometimes you're like, man, why can't I have this? Or why can't I do this? Why can't I be in this place? Why can't I drive this car, have this? You guys ever feel like that? Or certain times come up in your life and you're like, man, I'm not as good as this person is. Why is this that way? I feel that way too sometimes.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes, or like, we can be, I don't know how to say this, but if we're out of school and there's not all the activities we want, or we're just looking for something more, we don't understand why we're at this school, we wish we had a different opportunity at someplace else. We have to remember that we're there for a reason, and God is using us in that situation to glorify him, and not just be worried about ourselves and making ourselves happier, or like looking for a better situation.
Yeah, that's very well put. And it's so true, because a lot of times, like you said, we want all this stuff, and it's not that God doesn't want things for us, but he knows what we need more than anything. And like I said, this isn't an excuse to say, hey, you shouldn't, just because I'm not necessarily calling you to go to another country, or I'm calling you to go to this other school, or what have you. It doesn't mean that while we're in the place that he has us, we shouldn't share the gospel or still spread his love, or let him shine through us to others, if that kind of makes sense to you. Mm-hmm. You got anything on that over there?
No, I mean, I just totally agree with everything y'all are saying so far. And it is just it's kind of like what we talked about with sharing the gospel last week. It's one of those tough things. It's like when you feel that way, it's hard to get out of your own way. You know what I mean? It's the world is constantly telling us, you know, follow your heart, follow your emotions and stuff. Whenever God wants us to follow Him and allow Him to lead the way, and I think a lot of times we let our emotions kind of control our thoughts when it comes to that.
Yeah,
you know.
That was, you know, it was a dating topic. I don't remember if you guys remember the Molecules of Me. Was it Molecules of Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that I had the dating one. And that was one of the things that I did. It doesn't just apply to dating. Now that we're talking about this, it actually applies to everything. Now that I think about it in that way is, you know, we're not supposed to follow our heart. You know, the world tells you, oh, follow your heart. You know, it'll lead you right where you need to be. But yet God tells us to lead our hearts and guide our hearts in the way that we're supposed to. I wish I could remember the Bible verse, but I'm not as good as that guy who was giving out money for gas money last week to remember Bible verses. But we're supposed to lead our hearts in that way and believe in Him and understand what it is that He has for us in our lives. Yeah. And again, it's a lot of an us thing where we have to kind of get out of our own way, like Noah said, and know that, hey, He has a plan. You are be still and know that I am God, is what He calls us.
Yeah, and a lot of times what that looks like is just absolutely, you know, we sing so many songs when it comes to worship about, you know, I surrender all, or like, Lord, I give you my heart. But, you know, that's truly what that means, you know, is giving Him our hearts, giving Him everything, and allowing Him to put us in those places where sometimes it might not, somebody might look at you and say, you know, I can't believe you're just going to stay right there where you're at, you know, do something about it. But, you know, a lot of times when we do surrender to the Lord, it's not going to be easy, you know, and we're not always going to, it's like I said, it's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to be sunshine and roses. So sometimes it might be tough, and sometimes it takes us, you know, just being in prayer about, kind of like what we talked about a couple weeks ago with Lord, help me through it.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I think, I had something rattling in my mind as you were kind of talking about it there, and then of course it just right out and just left me. And maybe it'll kind of come back to me as I talk through it. But how we man, I wish I could remember exactly. Whatever you just said made me think of exactly what. Say what you said all over again. Let's hit the rewind button on it. That was what it was. So there are times where we're like in this place and we feel like we're supposed to be like right here, and we're not getting called to things. And then I think there's times too where when we're in this moment, we're like, God, I'm ready to go. Like, where do you want me to go now? Where do you want me to go next? Where's the next place? You know, I want to go to Fuge, or I want to go to Panama. I want to go to all these places and do all these things. And sometimes it's like God's kind of pumping the brakes, and He's like, I know you want to do that, and I'm glad that you do. I need you right here, where you are right now. And when I need you to go somewhere else, or I want you to go somewhere else, I'll let you know. Yeah. And I talked about it a little bit last week. I can't explain it. I don't know if you guys, y'all might. I'm not going to say that He doesn't go, Emma or Mattie, you know, do this. I'm not going to say it's different for somebody else. But for me, I know it's always just like a heart tug. Mm-hmm. Same thing when it came to like helping out with the youth. It was a heart tug of, you know, this is a direction I want you to go. And then it's also the part that follows that is the obedience. It's not only the obedience if you're called somewhere to go, but in this moment where you're sitting where you are, it's being obedient in that time too, and listening to what God is telling you in that place as well. Yeah. And I know we've talked a little bit about where we're at in our lives, you know, where we work and that kind of thing as hosts, but we've gotten to talk a little bit with Emma and Mattie, you know, tonight about where they're at and also where they're going. And, you know, Mattie, God has had, you know, you at Westwood for so long and still at Westwood, and, you know, there's so much impact that you can make there. And yet, you know, the Lord's opened the door for Emma to go off to UGA. Yeah. And what an awesome opportunity, you know, it is to be going into college and have those types of experiences ahead of you, but have to go into it, you know, knowing that you have the ability to join more Christian community and stuff and be involved in that and make an impact on a campus, you know, where, like all colleges across the nation, where things go on that, you know, will pull you from the Lord. Yeah. But, you know, to have that kind of impact, and the Lord has definitely opened that door for you
has you going there for a reason. It's kind of what I'm saying, just like Mattie's still going to be at Westwood next year for a reason, and so just use, kind of like what we're saying, just using your platform where you're at to number one, grow your own walk with the Lord, but then also understand that you're in that situation that you're in for a reason, and you should, make him known through it.
Yeah. I think just like when, Emma being at Westwood this past year and leading in, I've almost said FCA. Leading in FCA, he had you in that moment. And Mattie, you, I'm assuming you were able to be at all of the FCA events and chapel and everything too. But you're in that place in the time that you're here, and you'll be in this place in the time that you're here too. And he may call you in that way to be the same way. Like, all right, it's time for you to step up and
Mattie actually,
share as well.
She did a lesson during FCA this year.
During FCA, woo, woo.
I did. I don't know.
Bentley did it.
I feel like sometimes we get so caught up and we're excited to follow where the Lord is calling us, but we get so caught up in like thinking everything's going to be perfect. But we've got to remember, wherever the Lord calls us and whatever he leads us to do, there's going to be trials and tribulations that we go through no matter where we're at in life. And those are meant to bring us closer to him. And so at the end of the day, wherever we're at, we've got to stay content in the season that we're in. Because if we rush things and try to go our own way, we're going to become even further from God than when we started.
I had a part in here that I deleted that I always have little things will kind of hit me in the mind. Most of the time when I'm driving a tractor all by myself. But anyway, I'll have these random things that come up, and I'll type them in, and I'm like, okay, this could be something. This could be a God thing where it's kind of, this is something you heard. This is something I think it would be good to talk about. And that was one of them. We get in these trials or these times in life where I think sometimes, the enemy's kind of trying to get us. And I think it's important to remember as well, the enemy's not going to come after somebody who's not close to God, because what's the point, right? Like if you're as far away from God as you can be, if you're running with the world and everything that you can do, you're not looking back at God, why is the enemy going to try to bother you? But if you're as close as you can possibly be with Christ and your community and your walk and everything, he's going to do everything he can to try to disrupt that or get your mind off of it, get you into the world, out of church and out of everything that you're around. He's going to do everything that he possibly can. That's why it's so strong, like you said, building that community that you've got built. And when you go off, just like Noah did when he went off, finding that community there as well and not letting the world creep into your church, so to speak.
I kind of feel like today with the story with Lazarus at the end when Gramps was talking about how the priest wanted to kill him because all of the people were like following Jesus because Lazarus set an example for him. Like the priest wasn't going to want to kill Lazarus when he wasn't like drawing people to God. So that's just like, kind of relating back to the Bible.
Yeah, I feel like for me, the closer I've grown to God, the more I realize, like, if I slip up and let's say I'm just lazy one night and I'm tired and I come home and I'm like, I just don't feel like reading my Bible tonight. It just takes that one night to knock me off for like a good 2 weeks. And I feel like the closer we grow to God, the more, like, if we slip up just a little bit, Satan is going to use that as a foothold to just knock us off completely. Yeah. And going back to what you said, that's why it's really important to have Christian community around you so that they can kind of help you and
build you back up.
Yeah. And like, what's the word we always use? Like,
accountability partner.
Yes, accountability partner.
Yeah, it's important. We talked about this a little bit last week too. Dude. What, was it you last season that the same thing happened?
And then at the end of the show, I like remembered it.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of the show, and I hope I can remember it really quick. We talked about it a little bit last week, if I can get this to come back to my mind, and I can't. So, you got anything else on it there, Noah? No. If I try to remember what you were talking about there, having an accountability partner, being surrounded by them.
I have this verse, though, and Emma did this really cool thing for, like, Senior Sunday here a couple weeks ago when I don't remember what it's called, but everybody could come around and like highlight their favorite verse in her Bible.
Oh yeah.
And
that was cool.
The verse I highlighted is Ecclesiastes 3:1, and I have it like on a little sticky note in my mirror that I look at every morning. Mm-hmm. But it says, "There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens." And because something I struggle with a lot is patience. Like, I'm a very impatient person. If I want something done, I want it done right away. But I've learned over the years that, like, when I try to rush things and put it in my timing, it's not going to work out in the end. And that verse really just helps me, like, remember that I'm in the season I'm in for a reason, and it's to help me grow closer to God.
Yeah, I've remembered it. That's what it was. So last week, one of the things we talked about was God's will and His will in your life. And so many times we want control over that will. And we wake up first thing in the morning, and instead of saying, God, I want your will, your will be done, we reach for the world instead of reaching for Him in the Word. And I'm not saying that you have to wake up every single day and the first thing you do is touch a Bible and read in it for an hour. But I know Noah and I have talked about this, how much of an impact it's been in our lives when the first thing that you do, if it's getting into the Word, it changes your entire outlook on the day. It changes your entire mood. It changes a lot about the start of the day. And I tried it, like at night and stuff, and it was still pretty good at night and everything. But when I started the day that way, it was even better. It was like, oh, okay, if I start my day this way, and I'm not perfect, I still miss quite a bit, because it happens when you miss that one day. Like you said, it's crazy how you just tumble. You're like, oh yeah, I'll get to it. Lord, your will be done, but I'm not willing to give you this time. This time is mine. It's not yours, when in fact it is His. And we have to be able to say, okay, all right, I'm gonna be still. I'm in this moment with you. You direct, you lead. Your will be done in all this. All right, that's a raise the meter. Y'all got anything else on it before we move off of it?
No.
Don't think so? All right, cool.
We fixing to raise the. We fixing to raise the meter. We fixing to raise the meter.
I missed it.
Oh, I had you. I went back to it. She was coming off of it as I was coming off of it there.
Well, this has been an absolute blast.
It has been. It's been awesome to have you guys again.
Oh, yes. Thanks for having us.
Have you guys had a good time?
Yes, we have.
Of course.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Noah, where can the people find us out there?
They can still hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Growing Upstairs. Now on YouTube, so check us out on YouTube.
Check it out.
Growing Upstairs. Still on your favorite podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Send us a message, please.
Send us a message.
We would like to have a message from some of these people. Please.
Send it anywhere you want to out there.
You can even mail it to the church.
Yeah. Send us a message.
That's old school.
Send us a message about how you did with letting all the air out of your lungs and then screaming.
I'm trying that
We would enjoy that.
Holden didn't
But
do
yes,
it.
that's where they can find
Oh
us,
my gosh,
Holden.
he didn't.
I just did it. That's what I was doing.
But yeah, man, I tell you what, I'm ready for a dad joke.
All right, so I've got 3 for you because the
Okay.
first one's like the perfect ending on a dad joke. So then I added 2 more to it, just because.
Do it.
All right, so the first one. What do you call a fake noodle?
A foodle.
A poodle.
An impasta.
Oh my gosh, I've heard that
All right, to my last 2 here. What do you call a deer with no eyes?
before.
A
I don't know.
No,
No idea.
no idea. The amount of times we say that, we probably say on
I do.
exactly like that. Idea.
All right. So what do you call a deer with no eyes and no legs?
No.
No idea legs.
Still, no idea.
Still no idea. That's a good one. Hey, also, before we end this thing, Braves are winning 8-1.
Woo! Finally.
I
Maybe
don't
they'll
wanna
hold on to
celebrate too early. Who's pitching?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Let's hope somebody.
What a random question.
Random. Well, guys,
Anyways,
thanks
yes.
again for joining us. So excited for
Of
y'all.
course.
It's been fun, guys.
It has been a lot of
Summertime.
fun.
It's gonna be fun.
It's going to be a good time.
This is the last time we'll be on here before Emma goes off to college.
Never know.
We're not doing the good.
A lot of life to happen. A lot
That's true.
of time to
That's true.
come. But
Still
anyways,
got months yet.
Noah,
Thanks everybody for watching.
yes. Check
Everybody
us-
keep growing upstairs.
Yes, sir. Check it out next week. Peace.
Peace.